Hi there, this is Matthew from Patchwerks, aka EZBOT, and on the table today I have the Bastl Softpop 2 and the Elektron Octatrack Mk2. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of live looping using the Octatrack's pickup machines, another name for looper. The Bastl Softpop 2 is an analog monophonic synthesizer with some pretty unique stuff that it can do and some pretty unique normalizations that it has. As you can see, it's a semi-modular synthesizer. It is fully analog, and it sounds like it's fully analog. I'll do a little demonstration for you. And that sounds like a very tasty analog synthesizer. So it has a sequencer on it, an 8-step sequencer. You can turn gates on and off here with these buttons. This is also where you can program steps in for your sequencer. It has several play modes. It has scales, quantization. It's got several filters. Band pass, high pass. It has an envelope generator that can also cycle. And of course you can patch that envelope out. Has a drone mode. There's a lot that it can do. It's a pretty powerful, small device. And if you get lost, there are instructions on how to use it on the bottom of the device, the sides of the device, all over it. So you kind of have a manual just built right into the machine itself. So I've been getting to know it over the week and was thinking this is a cool synthesizer to do some looping with because it has so many different options for the kinds of sounds that it can make and how quickly you can make them. And there's a lot of exploration that can be done using a couple patch cables. And what I also liked was the scales that it has. So it has these scale modes and you can create your own scales. And that works really well for live looping, particularly when you match a scale mode with timing options or clock divisions, which this also has. And I'll show you that too. So if I hold down tempo, I can change the clock division. And there's also these really cool live performance effects commands when you hold down the trig button. Some of them are more useful than others. And then the different play modes too. So you hold down play. You can see it's going backwards now. Cycling through the first 4, the last 4, the first 3, the last 3. And then this is like random, the first 4. And then random all 8. So I think that's great for a live performance synthesizer when what you're trying to do is kind of just make it up on the spot, which is something I really enjoy doing with the Octatrack in particularly, because it has so many different stereo recording options, including resampling that it can do, and lots of different effects. So I'm going to do that now. What I have going on the Octatrack is I have some drums programmed on the first 3 tracks. I'll mute the Softpop so you can hear the drums alone. Some pretty basic stuff. Programmed it fairly quickly for this video. I have 2 patterns of drums, and then I have a pickup machine on track 4. So this is a looper, which I have targeting the incoming audio. I would go into more detail on this Octatrack stuff, but that's not what this video is for. So I have the incoming audio of the Softpop 2 going into the Octatrack's A input of its 4 inputs that it has. It's going into what is called a thru machine, which is just a way to process incoming audio, and then also passing through a neighbor machine, which is another way to process incoming audio or internal audio. It processes the track prior to it. So because I put a thru machine or a track that's processing this device, my neighbor track is allowing us to process it with 2 more insert effects. So I have a total of 4 insert effects I can use with my Softpop. That's why I like the Octatrack. I can just make it up as I go, and I'm like, oh, I need another effect. Okay, I'll add this. So it's a cool device for that, very utilitarian. But like I said, not the focus. Back over to the Softpop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start with some sounds, manipulate some patterns, remove, add gates, and just play with the synthesizer in general. The oscillator on it by default is a square wave, and it also has pulse width, which you can use pulse width modulation with. So I could take the envelope out here and plug it into the pulse width. There you go, there's that nice pulse width sound. So as you can tell, already this is a very capable synthesizer. And if I want to add another waveform to it, like a triangle wave on top of it, I can patch that into the input and then use this input dial to bring a triangle wave in the mix. So I'm actually going to leave that there and I'll use it during this performance. So let me tell you what these faders are really quick, and then we're going to start doing a little bit of looping. So this first fader is the transpose of your oscillator, and it runs through the quantizer. But if I restart the sequence, it'll be back to its original state. This next fader here is the mod input for the pitch, which is assigned to a sample and hold, so it's going to be a random pitch assignment, but it will still run through the quantizer. But we start getting some random notes. Here is the cutoff for your filter. This is the mod input for your filter. Let's give it some resonance. This is a 12 dB filter. So this mod is coming from the envelope generator. So that's pre-patched for you. And then this is your envelope generator and or cycling envelope. Really cool and a lot of fun. Now let's do a little bit of live looping.